I made a couple Snapchat vids today. Follow me at May Button. And I thought I'd go a little bit more in depth on it. I basically talked about the fact that you need to set smaller goals to be able to achieve them, because you don't set goals to you don't want to lose 50 pounds to go through the process. No one sets that goal so they can go through hell. No one wants to earn $1 million to have to go through the work to earn $1 million. They just want to earn $1 million, right? So no one sets a goal with the understanding that you have to go through the process, and that's why people don't follow through with it. But I thought I'd go a little bit more in depth and the psychology behind that. And the reason is because so many people this day and age just talk. They just say things. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then they don't follow through. And they don't think it's a bad thing or that it's hurting you in a negative fashion at all. And it is. It's very damaging to your mentality, because once you stop following through with anything, even if it's just one thing, that affects every other aspect of your life, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether it's spiritual and mental and health and everything like that. It all revolves around you constantly having self-worth and self-respect enough to be able to continue to follow through and get shit done. And I think that's the biggest problem with America. Well, not even America, just society in general today, is we say a lot of things that we don't follow through with. And when you don't follow through with one thing, how are you going to follow through with anything? Because you just lie to yourself. And you're not gonna make more excuses for someone else. You're gonna keep making more excuses for yourself. Well, I didn't work out today. I don't really have to do it this week. Well, I had a bad week, so I'm not really closer to losing that 50 pounds or whatever it may be. People with addiction can probably concur with this. I bet you just can't have one, like Lay's chips, like a cigarette or something. You think you can just have one dip, one beer, one cigarette, whatever it may be, your addiction may be, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're back on the horse of it, right? So when you start to not follow through with things, you really mess with your own head and you hurt every other aspect in your life. So keep that in mind when you start telling people you're going to do all these things that you're not going to follow through with, and you know you won't, because you haven't looked into the process of it. So once you set a goal, figure out what the process is to get there, and ask yourself this one question. Be very real with yourself. Am I willing to go through with this process to get to that goal? Am I really willing to do what it takes to hit that goal? You might just find out that you're not willing to do something that big, and you need to set a smaller goal. Start with something obtainable, build some self-worth, build some self-respect, and then go much, much higher.